Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today Update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The true reason behind Kody Brown's tree chopping in Sister Wives, Kody Brown can't help but take advantage of the opportunity to chop down a tree in the most recent Sister Wives episode. Kody overcame his worries and pulled down the tree while his monogamous wife worried. Fans, however, realize why Kody was actually down trees while Robyn Brown watched and questioned his actions. The chainsaw therapy of Kody Brown. While Christine Brown Woolley and David Woolley were joyfully bouncing down the aisle in the most recent Sister Wives episode, Kody Brown needed a little chainsaw therapy. Kody acknowledged that he wasn't feeling well when he was felling the trees, but he still went ahead and made room for Robyn. Despite having felled 1,000 trees, he was extremely nervous and had a nagging suspicion that something would go wrong. Robyn mentioned her monogamous requirement that he had to pledge to tidy up the tree and not just leave it for 6 months while she was helping. Robyn also disclosed that because he had previously fallen a tree on their property, she had some misgivings about his ability to be trusted. Hard labor seemed to be the solution for Kody, who apparently needed a diversion from the prospect of Christine moving on. Nonetheless, a lot of viewers realized throughout season 18 that trees are highly meaningful in the Brown household. It seemed to be a message when he decided to cut down trees while talking about Christine's wedding. However, some followers identify a different explanation for why they believe Kody was taking down trees. Kody briefly worked as a logger, according to Brown's book, Becoming Sister Wives. Perhaps this experience, together with the departure of 3 wives, led him to pursue a career in tree cutting as a means of obtaining money. The true cause of Kody Brown's tree chopping. Kody Brown continues to chop trees like a madman, despite his statements about how much more important the wooded areas are on Coyote Pass. Sister Wives fans debate Robyn and Kody's tree-cutting actions and their motivations on Reddit. First, a user claims that Robyn and Kody are crooks who put on a straight face. They continue by saying, "Oh, Kody is chopping down trees and earning a lot of money to replace the OG3 money they lost. He is an outright thief, as is Robyn. The money from Meri, Janelle, and Christine Brown's TLC show has also moved on. Someone thinks that selling the trees is making them money." Another viewer, however, explains that it was on Robyn's former mansion grounds. This is on their own property, not Coyote Pass, and the reason for this was that the trees were blocking their view from their house, they continue. When they stand back at the end of the day, you can see it. Despite the fact that Kody Brown was not on Coyote Pass, fans still find the scene ridiculous. People believe he was using the equipment foolishly, regardless of whether he was making money or merely trying to please Robyn by removing the deck view. Fans comment on how bizarre the scene was overall in another Reddit. "What a crazy fool he is, tearing down the tree as he goes." Kody's true nature is revealed by Robyn, who tells him that he can only remove 1 tree at a time and clean it up such that 6 months later it isn't still there. We can observe that he doesn't take care of things by looking at the photos of the broken deck in the real estate pictures. What a ridiculous scene. Actually, the whole tree cutting part. Simply foolish. What he did was extremely risky. Using a stalled running chainsaw to drive a wedge into a tree? He is insane. He would have been fortunate if the chainsaw hadn't killed him if it had flown back at him. I believe he was shaken because he knew how close he had come to catastrophe. That was quite terrible. A warning to never ever do this ought to have been displayed on the screen by TLC. However, the concept of Kody Brown selling the trees is discussed by other Sister Wives followers. Kody might not be intelligent enough to profit from the trees, according to someone else. He is what my family refers to as an incompetent man-kid because, despite his desire to be an adult, he lacks the necessary abilities. He enjoys cutting down trees, but he is unsure of what to do once he has done so. What a fool. Is he unaware that some individuals purchase those large, ancient trees in order to produce lumber? There are roughly 8 trees on our 10 acres. And when we need to remove some, we have a guy who removes it and buys the trees. It comes down to economics. If you pay them and sell them the trees, you will profit. However, another admirer believes that Kody eventually decides to sell. After peeling them, I believe he sells them. Interestingly, one user remarks, "Burls are extremely valuable. Make sure you receive a fair price if you decide to sell them." I'm having trouble understanding Sister Wives. Kody Brown believes that he can improve his relationships with his children without making any changes. Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, has been battling with strained relationships with his children for years, but I find it hard to comprehend how he believes he can mend them without significant change. Kody has been candid about his ties with his 18 children over the run of Sister Wives. Most of his interactions with his children are challenging for him to manage, yet there are others that are pleasant and rewarding. Kody's commitment was different in the early years of his marriages to Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Meri Brown, but it altered after Robyn Brown. The Brown family had maintained a status quo with Kody's presence with his families for years before Robyn joined them, spiritually marrying him in 2010 and legally marrying him in 2014. Viewers saw how Robyn and the family she built with Kody became the center of attention when the status quo shifted across Sister Wives. It has been eye-opening to watch Kody struggle with his choices as Sister Wives Season 19 reveals the family's fractures. I don't see how he can have ties with his children without some significant transformation, despite his protestations to the contrary. Kody has made some tough choices as an adult that have strained his relationship with Robyn while also causing him to become estranged from his elder children. The father has made it apparent that his care for Robyn has taken precedence over that of the rest of his family since he brought her into the already established Brown household. It soon became evident that Kody wasn't being fair when Robyn's children joined the picture, despite his constant attempts to appear like an equal opportunity dad by claiming he adhered to a schedule and made time for his other children. Since Robyn's children from her first marriage entered the scene and were eventually adopted by Kody, it was obvious that he was making a concerted effort to build a relationship with them. Although that was a commendable attempt, it was difficult for both the mothers and the other children Kody had at the time to watch him essentially desert them. While the children relied on their mothers and one another to get through the tough times, Christine, Janelle, and Meri found it difficult to accept the way Kody treated their kids. Kody eventually drew lines in the sand and welcomed 2 younger children with Robyn. The Brown children have had to confront the unpleasant fact that their father's behavior was something he was able to change in a different setting, even though it has been difficult for them to see Kody spend time with Robyn. With Robyn, Kody was able to be a true parent to his children, staying with them and raising them for the rest of their lives instead of bouncing between houses as he did with his older children. The Brown children who knew Kody before to his transformation found it extremely difficult to watch him demonstrate that he could have a loving relationship with his children. As Kody and Robyn's relationship has progressed, it has been evident that he has no trouble being helpful and attentive when he wants to be. Kody's children have expressed in past Sister Wives seasons how difficult it has been to watch their father act like a father to others while expecting the same deference from them as a present dad would. The children of Christine and Janelle have expressed openly how their perception of Kody has changed as a result of his relationship with Robyn. Kody has demonstrated an inability to acknowledge that he has behaved differently toward Robyn's children. It has been difficult for the original Brown children to accept that although Kody can be a nice father to others, he has generally refused to be there for the other Brown children. Kody hasn't accepted that he has treated his children differently throughout the years, even though the children have come to terms with the fact that he has been a good parent, even though it has been hard for them to see. Kody hasn't accepted his own reality, even though he is aware that there has been a significant disconnect between how he sees himself and how his kids see him. Kody has made conditions surrounding a prospective reconciliation with his children that don't seem grounded in reality, despite having stated in recent Sister Wives episodes that he would be amenable to one. Kody has stated that he wants his children to approach him first out of principle, but he has left the door open for them to speak and work things out. Some of the Brown children would undoubtedly want to re-establish a fresh bond with their father, but I don't think it's possible until Kody decides to behave like a dad rather than a disdained buddy. Due to Garrison Brown's significant role in Season 19, viewers of Sister Wives are observing some striking parallels between Seasons 18 and 19. Although Sister Wives is currently concentrating on its new material, it appears to be rather similar. Because Garrison Brown played a significant role in the initial cut, people now believe it to be a recap. It was a sad but welcome surprise to see Garrison Brown on Sister Wives Season 19. Fans of Sister Wives saw a lot of video and snippets from Christine Brown Woolley and David's wedding on the most recent episode. In a similar vein, TLC decided to feature more footage of Kody Brown felling trees in order to get away from his emotions. But seeing Garrison Brown on Christine's special day makes a lot of fans unhappy. Some fans believe that the significant recap is because to Garrison's passing. Fans of Sister Wives talk about how they're tired of seeing the same content in a fresh season on Reddit. Did we literally watch an entire season with constant recaps and flashbacks to the same flashbacks they have shown the last 3 seasons? Asks one user at the beginning. They continue by discussing how they don't like the reruns that TLC is showing. In particular, the wedding of Christine Brown Woolley, as it had already produced a 2-part special following Season 18. Season 19 feels like a flashback loop, and one fan understands why. I think it's quite obvious that, out of respect for Garrison, a significant amount of this season was left on the editing floor. All of the wedding arc must have had to be used to fill the void. Yes, it's not great to see the same things repeated, but it makes perfect sense given the family's obvious decision to exclude it from the event and their respect for Garrison's passing. Fans of Sister Wives suspect that things got pretty terrible prior to Garrison's death. And that has me wondering what awful sh*t Kody was saying to Garrison, someone else adds. As you are well aware, the majority of this season focused on his connection with his father. Even yet, I'm curious about how awful things became for this incredible young man in the end. He was extremely outspoken about his lack of relationship with Kody in previous seasons, as you mentioned, and I believe that the most of the film showed Garrison being increasingly depressed and Kody being awful. It's possible that there weren't many happy moments. I'm really sorry for Janelle. Fans of Sister Wives appear to be noting that TLC is only sometimes discussing the meat of the show. The material is obscured by fresh fluff with skewed plotlines and old video from previous seasons. Fans worry that if Garrison Brown's video had been preserved, it would have exposed his mental health issues during the hate speech of his father, Kody Brown. Because of the trees he continues chopping down, Kody is unable to view the forest. He claims that the need to cut down a tree is either necessary or even symbolic. It seems to me that every tree he takes down represents a new relationship with one of the original wives or children he destroys. Indeed, a lot of Kody's sequences were shot more recently and slipped in with 2023, the snowy driveway dispute, the false family game night, and they're using a ton of wedding filler. It must have been terrible if there is so little usable footage. That, in my opinion, was the main point of the entire Snow Square skit. The whole Kody, you need to work on your relationship with your kids performance, in my opinion, took the place of more of Kody's repulsive actions.